interrupting that closing argument for just a bit here because we are hearing at the 6-hour and 50-minute mark this verdict is, it's coming. Lori Vallow Daybell, the jury has come to a decision. That is the word we're getting. We've also been told that it'll be roughly an hour between this announcement, we have a verdict, and the actual reading of the verdict, which will be live, and we will bring that to you. Rich Schoenstein's here, Catherine Lizardo. Rich, I mean, this to me is right in the sweet spot. This seems to be appropriate for the charges, for the length of the trial. You know, what do you think?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Listen, I think they got together yesterday afternoon. They took an initial poll. They did some formalities that they had to go through. They made some progress. They decided they couldn't finish it. They went home for the night to get some sleep. They've come back. Apparently, they had a long verdict form to get through, and now they have a verdict. This, I mean, you have to assume this means guilty. I think on everything, but we will see.
Yeah, and Catherine, there could be some compromising. They could have thrown a bone here and there on maybe the Tammy death. That's the one that most think is softest, as it were. What are your thoughts on the verdict coming back just shy of 7?
Yeah, I think the verdict will be guilty for all counts. And if there is a compromise, I think, too, that it will be about Tammy, just because that seems to be the weakest of the evidence that we've seen. Although I think there is sufficient evidence to show that she was part of the conspiracy and the murder of Tammy, considering that Tammy was not even dead yet, and she was already shopping for her wedding dress, wedding ring, and planning their wedding. So, and in terms of what the jury were doing, yes, they had a 20-page verdict that they had to go through and really fill out. So I think that's the reason for this 6-hour deliberation we're seeing here. They wanted to just be thorough, and there's thousands of exhibits and 60 witnesses, so they took the time that they needed to go through.
Yeah, and there might have been a sticking point. You know, Rich, it might have been, you know, we're good on all of these things, but something's bugging me still, and sometimes it takes 2 or 3 other jury members to convince those that are hung up.
Yeah, you don't know, but we may never know. But it's important, right? They didn't ask to see any evidence. They didn't send any questions to the judge. Whatever they had to work out, they worked out on their own. And I certainly don't think 12 of them could have gotten and agreed to not guilty on all counts. So it has to be guilty.
They aren't hung, or that would have been different. We wouldn't have heard the word verdict.
That's right.
So we're going to see what it is. Again, we have a verdict in the Lori Vallow Daybell case. She's accused in the deaths of her 2 children and Chad Daybell's former wife, Tammy. What will that verdict be? Well, we should hear in about 58 minutes. That's what the court has suggested. Stay where you are. This is the Law and Crime Network. I'm Michael Bryant. We will bring you that verdict live. It will be streamed live. No delay to that. Stay where you are. We'll come right back.